They got another very, very special guest joining us. Another H-Town Rays artist joining us. The lovely and talented Mizzy is on the show this week.
Was
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Give the
What's
applause.
going
Give the
on?
applause drops, man. We need the drops
Hey,
in here. How you doing, Mizzy?
hey, I'm doing good. Everything is good over here. Just taking my time with everything.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get started in music? What kind of set you down this path? And like basically where'd you begin in music?
So I began starting off with poetry. That's where my rap came off of. And I really just started taking it seriously back in January, and it's really been blowing up for me.
Damn, this
In a
past
sense,
January?
this past January,
Dang, that's
yes,
crazy.
I really
Okay.
met a lot of people. Have gained a lot of connections with a lot of just lovely people that have given me knowledge and just the message that I want to bring out to people. Is really important for me.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say I listened to your last project, and I
Right,
remember, I had a conversation with you, and you saying, the stuff you rap about, a lot of people don't really rap about, and
right,
you kind of get deep into it, the mental health and stuff like that. So,
right,
uh, what made you start rapping about that? Because I feel like a lot of people go through, some type of mental health type of thing, but
right.
they don't rap. They rather rap about the fancy cars and all that stuff. What make you want to rap about that type of stuff and bring kind of awareness to it?
That was my release.
Mm,
That was my release. That's how I could cope with things.
mm,
And I feel like a lot of other people, I mean, like music is everything to people, especially with like different frequencies and stuff, makes people think and feel a different way. So I feel like music in general has helped me just stay alive in a sense, which is crazy, but that can really, impact people to do certain things, right? So
mm.
just on an intellectual type of thing, like
So who are your influences? Like who did you kind of because everybody especially when they start rapping or start doing music, they kind of
right.
have somebody they kind of sound like at first and then they kind of develop their own sound. And so who are your influences? Who are the people who you looked at and said, this is kind of what I want my sound to be like?
That's crazy because it really is like that nowadays. A
Yeah,
lot of rappers starting out, upcoming artists, it's like they look at other artists and they're like, I want to be like that, or and it's I don't nobody's really different out here nowadays for real. Like Missy Elliott, man, like she came out the gate just different. Yo, wore whole trash bag outfit. Like that was crazy to me. Like she didn't look towards any other people and thought like, oh, okay, I'm gonna imitate that. So for me, it's more of like a my inspiration. I would say it's XXX Tentacion.
Okay.
Like
I was
I
gonna say you
don't.
kind of sound like them a little bit.
Oh nah,
Like
no,
y'all kind of
no,
had the
no,
same accent. I'll notice that. I was like, I wonder if you're an X fan. Okay.
nah.
I mean, no offense, but
Accent?
I'm just saying.
Nah.
I kind of see the inflection there.
I'm not a Florida. I'm not a Florida girl.
yeah. I was
Nah.
about to ask, are you originally from Houston? Because you don't have the typical Houston accent like a lot of people do.
Uh, type,
No.
type. Nah, I was raised in A-Leaf though. I always gotta represent. I always gotta represent A-Leaf.
No,
Yeah, so I
I
feel
feel
you.
you because I get asked that too. Everybody says I don't sound like I'm from Houston. Like, what does that mean? I
Yeah, you
always feel
giving
like that's a
me
sneak diss.
Look,
you
Oh, you
giving
don't
me
sound like you from Houston. What am I
see,
supposed to sound like? Oh, swangers and boppers and what am I supposed to say?
yes. A nigga like me from
hey.
a nigga like me from Cleveland. When I came down, I was expecting people was going down and
Yeah.
swanging and drinking and all this. I
Hey,
was
it's
just
giving Kentucky.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Rocket.
Like
Uh,
Kentucky. You think I
yeah.
sound like I'm from Kentucky? That's cold, man. I ain't never been to Kentucky in my whole life. That's crazy. So shoot. So You mentioned that everybody kind of sounds the same. I mean, we agree in that. We try in this podcast, even though we're a little older, we try to give everybody like the fresh ears listen. But
Right.
it's definitely you hear the homogenization of a lot of music right now. A lot of you see one rapper make it big, a Young Thug, for example, or a Gunna, somebody like that. Then you got like 10 Young Thugs and Gunnas out here. So, like, how
Yeah.
do you avoid that in your music? How do you kind of say, how do you stand out in this era where everybody just seems to be jumping from wave to wave?
You know what the problem is? I feel like a lot of people don't focus on themselves. I feel like a lot of people are trying to please other people. I
Mm.
feel like everything is a pleasing game in this world, rather finding your true self and finding your element, finding see, I want people to me, like me for my music, not, for what they want me to be.
Mm.
I'm never gonna be that person to just do something for somebody because they want it. You know, like I can talk about BS all day and blow up from that. That's not a problem, but that's not my element. That's not what I'm on. So
Mm.
if it takes time, then it takes time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, really, you can only fake it so long until people really see the real you. And then,
Exactly.
I think it is best for you to actually just do your own thing and let your audience come naturally rather than just chasing the waves and chasing the hype because like you said, everybody does that. And
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely want your own audience to cultivate rather than just, because like Travis Scott, when he came out of Houston, like he ain't sound like nobody from Houston. People, nobody here even thought Travis Scott was from here.
Nah,
You
for real.
know, like nobody thought everybody thought he was on some weird Atlanta shit. But
Yeah.
when he blew up, he had his own like. There's really nothing like I mean, kind of in a bad way now, but there's really nothing like that Travis Scott crowd. Of people who really resonate with his music. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's best to try to be yourself. It's tough though because it's hard to make a mark. So
Yeah.
I feel you though.
I do think it's a like in this day and age, it's a good thing that you can kind of branch off on your own and do your own thing because back in the day you had this same formula that you had to follow to make it. Is the you got
Right.
to make a club song, you got to make a song for the ladies, you got to make a street song, that type of thing. And now you got a lot of artists who never make club music or never make you know street music, that type of thing. And you can actually build your own fan base and do your own thing without even having a song on the radio. So
Right.
that's one thing I like about hip hop now is it's kind of branching off on, I guess, unofficial genres in hip hop, inside the hip hop, where you don't necessarily have to go by the rules back in the 2000s where you had to make a radio song. You could kind of just make your own thing and build your fan base like that.
Right.
Yeah. So we ask everybody from Houston this, and we kind of want to get everybody's like opinions on the Houston music scene. I know you say you kind of new to the music game. You've been doing poetry mostly, and just recently got into music. But what do you think about the Houston music scene in itself? Like, do you think that there's support here, especially for a new artist like yourself, or do you feel like the unity is not really there? How do you feel about the Houston music scene as it pertains to artists right now?
I feel like it just depends on the person. I go to different events and it's only a few people that show love to one person because that's just what it is. That's the trend. That's the trend. Like I'll go up there and perform and it's only a few people that can resonate because they they just like that type of music. Like they like that real shit. And then you had them other people where it's like, nah, like that shit is trash. Or they don't understand, you know? Um So I feel like there's not a lot of support out here, which is sad. I feel like that's just the truth. It's really not a lot of support out here. Um, Especially within our community, I feel like because it's like if you're not already up, then why should if if
Yeah.
you up, they're gonna support you 100%. But if you ain't up there yet, then it's like oh okay, like and it's sad. See all the people that I've met. I'm daily commenting on their stuff, like posting their stuff on my story, just showing love, because that's all you got to do at the end of the day, just show love, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the worst things, honestly, when your own people don't support you, retweet your stuff, repost your stuff, like because that costs
Right,
nothing. It's not like I'm asking you or you were asking people to buy things or like just promote. You got a show coming up, something like that, and
right.
especially like you said, when you show love yourself and then you don't see that reciprocated, man,
No.
that's just shitty. I always hate that, man. I hate when
Yeah.
people don't show love back. That's always a whack
Yeah.
thing.
I went through that same shit because when I was an artist, I was in a little group and we like, all right, we gotta support each other type thing. And I
Right,
found myself doing most of the support and nobody supporting me. So now it's looking like I'm some type of fanboy. And and
yeah,
as an artist, it look like, I have to be honest, it looked weird when supporting another artist. It just,
right,
it's one thing if it's like, all right, I'm looking out for my guy, let me post his album or something. But when you going constantly just supporting and all this other stuff, and you're not getting that same treatment back, people don't really respect you like that. They just look at
right.
you as like a promoter or something. So at that point, I'm just like, you know
For the
what?
free.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just support people that support me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I don't mind, posting somebody shit, but I ain't about to go ham with it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I support people that, I truly like. Like if I really like your song, I'm gonna post it. So it ain't about to be no payola type shit where, hey, post my stuff for me type thing. I'm kind of genuine with it. So if I really like it, I'm gonna post it. But I'm not about to go ham with it at this point, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that for real.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
So what
Yes.
what what do you like to do when you're not doing music? Like, do you have any hobbies? Do you like to read? What do you do when you're not doing music?
So I'm looking for ways to get money.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. I drive around and look for a couple properties that I can probably invest in, or either what else I be doing. And I just be out the way. I don't really be doing anything. I need to start getting on the internet more though, so I can build my brand. I'm trying to fund my business right now. I have a credit repair business.
Okay.
I started back in August. So I mean,
That's good.
that's it.
That's good, man. That's you early on the train,
On the
man.
train, right?
Yeah, get on that get started on that business and I mean, yeah. It's
Yeah,
good, man. Working for the man is overrated, man. I don't care what nobody says. It's nothing better than having your own business.
exactly.
Yeah, got to be entrepreneur, especially if you're a man. I heard of the viral conversation about how some women don't want a man with a job. So, yeah, man,
I,
you got to get out there. We got to get out there and
I
do our
seen
thing
that.
too.
I seen that. So that was crazy.
That's sad, but
That
it
was
is.
look. I seen a lot of crazy stuff on the internet. That was probably one of the craziest comments I ever seen. She said
That was
she
hilarious,
out of work.
man. That was hilarious. That was
I
hilarious.
mean, but hey, on a real, like, what do y'all think about that? Y'all opinion as
Look,
men? What?
I feel like everybody has a right to their own preference because look, everybody got their own red flags and things that are cool with them and things you like and things you don't like. My only thought is that if this kind of talk fucks with people's minds because it kind of
Right.
builds unrealistic expectations for
Exactly.
what your significant other is gonna be. You know, like every man think they gonna get like a bad bitch, who
Exactly.
got her own money, cook clean, also got a look real good, IG model type, and like women, I feel think that they're gonna get a dude who is you know six figures, but he has time to take off and do vacations whenever you want, and kind of and have a street edge to him too, and do all
Right.
these things and kind of be the perfect. And it's like it don't work like that, man.
No, it doesn't.
Everybody got their pluses and minuses, and we got to be more realistic. And what we're looking for, because social media fucks everything up. You know, you look at somebody's IG page and you compare yourself to them, or you see what you want in that and say,
Right.
I got to get that. But realistically, man, come on, like nobody really living like that. So
They just
it's
want,
just
Exactly.
difficult.
women just want Russell Wilson. That's all. Want Russell Wilson. That's it.
We have a joke on the podcast that women want a Ghost from Power, the character Ghost, who is a super sexy looking dude, but he also is a drug dealer, but he owns businesses and he's super smart. Like he has
Yeah,
all and
got
it
a
has
college
penthouses
degree.
and all. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
family man.
Yeah. Like I don't know if all that's gonna happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know. All this on social media just kind of gets you weary. So maybe, look, you said you got to get on the internet. Maybe not. I don't know if you want to get on in this era
No.
right now. At least limit your time, because it wears down on you. It wears down your mental. It really does. So
It does. I agree with you. I say that to say get on the internet more just to mainly market my songs.
yeah, I feel that.
Just put out my voice more. Potentially become a content creator, but not in the aspect that, like, again, that people want, but just for me, just bringing out my personality.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you with social media and just the stigma behind that. Because it really impacts people's lives in a bad way or a good way. And even some of my female friends, like, they just think that they think a certain way just because of based off what they saw on the internet. And it's like, that's not that's not how you do things in a relationship. That's just that junk ain't gonna work. Simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I definitely agree.
You got a lot of women like, oh, I would never be with a man who's want to split the bills. Like, what type of man is that? It's just like, oh shit, okay.
Look, for me, I'm the type of person to actually pay the bill
No,
the
okay.
first day. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't hold any criteria against anybody or any expectations.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I go based off of vibe.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. And
I go
that's what
based off of
most people
vibe.
do too. Most people just be fronting on the
Yeah.
internet and say, I gotta
Yeah.
have this, because they want to draw that into their life. But realistically, you're gonna go off the vibe. If somebody make you feel good, you're gonna fuck with them. If they don't, then you won't.
All right.
That's really all it comes down to at the end of the day. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because they ain't about to turn down somebody because they they're not rich or something like that. If they're a cool person and they get forward to go out to dinner or something like that, they'd be just fine.
yeah.
Yeah. So when I met you a couple weeks ago, you was I see you was out there dancing with friend of the show, Mikey ISO.
Yeah,
out
he's
to
a cool
Mikey.
dude. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. How did y'all meet, or how did y'all know each other?
We met at the Jameson's concert. Actually, he set up a whole concert, and I performed that day. He loved my set. He loved how energetic I was and how supportive I was on his set. Because after my set, like, I'm always going to support the other artists, no matter if I know you or not. Like, I'm just that type of person to show love. That's why people are so attracted to me. So that's how we met, and once again, he just loved my energy, and we just started dancing at that party. So yeah, he's a real cool dude.
Yeah, Mikey's a good dude, man. Solid
Yeah.
dude, definitely. Look, friend of the show. I had him on twice. Hope to have him on again soon. But yeah, real good dude, man. One of the other great upcoming artists we got in Nate's Town right now. So make sure y'all check him out as well. So look, we don't want to hold you too long. I know you got things to do today, but let the people know how they can reach you, how they can listen to your art, how they can support you. Like, how can the people reach you listening to this podcast?
Man, y'all can reach me on my Instagram at Mizzy MIZZYL. Reach me on there. Email MizzyDFP@gmail.com for any bookings. Don't hesitate to DM me. All my music's on all platforms. You type in MIZZY. NFTM. That is my last project not from this matrix. Real good project. I should listen to it and just feel my versatility.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
that's how
so the DMs is open then, huh?
DMs is open. DMs is
For
open.
business and personal. Okay.
Business and
Okay.
personal.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, Mizzy, we really enjoyed having you on the podcast. Definitely want to hear your work and expose people. Like we said, we're always on the look for dope artists out the H, to promote them and support them. So, no, definitely want to put people on. Make sure y'all check her out, follow her work, and yeah, looking forward to big things coming from you. I could tell, I can see the spark. I can see these things, and I feel like you got the glow about you. I think you're gonna do big things. So, definitely glad to have you on the show.
I appreciate y'all.